All right, shower is completed. That's not okay.
Oh, I just saw the gnat again.
That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! I've ordered takeout. Yes, I have. I'm using a literal butternut right now.
Trying my first bite of food. It dribbled on me a little bit.
One day I will be.
Guess I'll live this life alone. I am not dramatic, these are just the thoughts that pass right through me. All the douchebags in my phone. Playing like a slot machine. If they're winning, I'm just losing.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's me, Hens, and I'm back. I'm back with Amber, and we need to talk for 20 minutes, apparently. She's looking very disheveled, and in her slovenly era, maybe? Slovenly girl aesthetic. I'm back from vacation. I went to Halloween Horror Nights on Halloween, and it was amazing. I didn't have Express Pass, and I still managed to do 7 out of 10 haunted houses and then ride on 3 rides and catch a show. It was fun. And I'll put in a couple of pictures before we get started onto the video, just showing off a couple of the places that I went. Let's get into it.
Hello, hello, welcome to a new vlog.
Hello.
I know I like to point out the obvious, but my hair is a mess.
Disheveled.
It is super frizzy, and I have a lot of hairs.
I have a lot of hairs. She has a lot of wrinkles and like texture to her arms that we don't usually see.
It's growing back from when like I lost a lot of hair from when I was like crimping and whatever. I do have a lot of hairs growing back, so that makes it even more frizzy. Hello, hello, welcome to a new video. Can you guys believe it? Because I don't even know if I can. So I actively don't know where my tripod is, so I'm gonna sit you guys on some markers. We have a little wetness right here because I just refilled the animal's water. So on days that Tommy works, especially, like I have the same like morning routine. I'll wake up, take the dogs out, refill cat food, dog food, water. It's just like every day, just my go-to. They say that it takes 21 days to form.
Wow. It's almost like you have to get up because she's making so much noise getting up in the morning and getting ready for work like a normal human being.
I can see that being a thing for sure. It's just back at home in Oklahoma, like my routine is just a little bit different. So having to form another routine.
Yeah, you literally don't do any of this because you're not trying to impress Emily, because like nobody's there. And then that's the other thing is you have no motivation to get up. And you've said it before that you'll just like not get up for long periods of time, even to the point of like stressing out your bladder. Like something's wrong with you.
Routine, you know, here in Wisconsin is a little hard because it's like I lived alone for a full year. So now it's like different routines for different places. By the way, I finished.
Wait, she slipped up.
Form another routine, you know, here in Wisconsin is a little hard because it's like I lived alone for a full year. So now it's like different routines for different places. By the way,
AKA I live here now.
I finished. I'm actually working on the Camaro. Oh wait, I told someone that I was doing the Corvette or Corvette. What is it called? I don't do cars, but this is a Camaro. I told someone. Oh, I knew you guys were gonna fall. I knew it was gonna happen. I saw on Instagram that I was doing the Corvette.
Oh my god, her arms.
I'm doing the Camaro. I'm sorry, I got my cars confused. I told someone I was doing the Corvette. I knew you guys were gonna fall. I knew it was gonna happen.
Her arms.
I saw on Instagram that I was doing the Corvette, but no, I'm doing the Camaro. I'm sorry, I got my cars confused. Look at that. And then I also
oh my god,
completed the Mona Lisa. Isn't that so cute? I feel like this will look good in Tommy's living room, so I was like, you can have it.
Oh my god. Okay.
I don't know what it is. Like, I really wanted to be the type of girly pop that did the Legos, completed them, and kept them. But it's like, I have done so many that I feel like I need like a designated area, like a designated room, like a Lego room. So I've gotten rid of all the Legos I've done. I've literally done hundreds. Yes, it's a lot, but it's more so about the building of it versus the keeping of it, because it's like, okay, once I'm done with this Camaro, like, cool, it's cute, it's fun, it's fresh, but it's like, me building the object is more enticing than keeping the object. But if I had the option, girl, I'd have every single Lego I've ever done. I'd have a little museum of Legos. Like, I wish, but it hasn't been that way. And like, if in the future I do get like a Lego room or a spot to have all my Legos, I'm telling you, I will redo every Lego I've ever done, and that's okay. Some hobbies are expensive, and this is one that is expensive, and I'm okay with that fully. I feel like there's so much that I need to like explain and talk to you guys about, and it's just like too much to do in one video. So I don't know. I need to make a list, like not me looking around for a piece of paper.
It's too much to do in one video, but you only made a 20-minute video, and it's not part 1.
I need to make like a list and just write down, okay, so I need to talk about these points. I should do them in these specific videos because it's just a lot. It's just a lot. I think specifically for this video, like I shouldn't have to explain that I'm having mental health issues. I really am. And I look back at
It's evident.
a year ago, and I was also having pretty bad mental health issues around this time of year. I like to reflect. I'm very much a reflector, and I think that's why I do a lot of journaling. I reflect. I like to understand the way I feel. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because I grew up in and out of like group homes, children's shelters, and very much when you're in that.
Amber, stop trying to seek excuses. You've been an adult for the better part of a decade and a half. Amber, you're 33 going on 34, and you've had an easy ride since you were living with Crystal. Everything has been taken care of for you. You've made more money than you're worth. Like, you have no skills in life, and if anything ever happened to your YouTube channel, you would be shit out of luck. Let's be so real. Like, what are you talking about?
That setting. They love a good, like, let's express ourselves. Let's sit in a group, go around in a circle, and express yourself. So I grew up expressing myself a lot. I grew up with so many therapists, like, because when you're in foster care, like, that's what you do. Like, you're almost.
Amber, all you do is sit around all day. How about you get a therapist? Maybe then you can actually make some progress on yourself. But you're just sitting here complaining about it to your audience for money. This is loser behavior.
Almost obligated to see somebody on the constant. And so I'm very accustomed to expressing myself, but like, I'm not very accustomed to people actually caring. And that's like the sad reality. Like, there are good foster parents out there. There are good foster situations and group homes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
You claimed that they took you like to baseball games, pro baseball games in the Bay Area and stuff like that. Like, that's not cheap, and it's middle class like type of stuff. Honestly, from the type of frequency she was saying it was happening, it was like a frequent thing that they would take the kids out to amusement parks, to movies, to doing all these different things. And believe me, like, that sounds reasonable if you have a couple of kids, but if it's like a foster home or like where you're potentially bringing a group of kids, it's expensive. Unless you have some kind of a group rate, it's expensive.
was in a good group home. Like, it was an all-girls group home. I was there for about 2 years, and still to this day,
Yeah, a group
there
home.
are girls I lived with there that I still communicate with, and staff members. That was a good point in my life. It truly was. But the children's shelter, no. I had fun times there. It was like a slumber party constantly. But the staff there, they didn't care. It didn't feel like they cared. They were there to make their money, and that was that. So
Why is she complaining about this now? Like, I could understand if she brought this up when she was in the Crystal era, and I believe she did. But like, I mean, I know she did. But like, what the hell? Why is she complaining about it right now? Like, just because have you been thinking about it lately? Is it like a time of year that this feeling comes up again? Like, get therapy then, since it's not the first time, and you're aware that it's not the first time. Get therapy. Get help. Get mental help, Amber.
So it's like, yeah, I was taught to express myself, but no one ever heard me. No one ever was actually listening or caring. And that's just like kind of how I feel too sometimes with like YouTube is like I'll sit here and express and explain. And it's like, is anyone
YouTube doesn't owe you any kind of understanding. Nobody on here owes you any kind of understanding outside of our experience of your YouTube. Like, you might trigger people because of how you act, and you know that you act a certain way. So, like, why do you act surprised that people have a bad reaction to you? I don't understand.
actually listening? Is anyone actually hearing me?
We
I
are listening
reflect
and we're
back to a year
reacting to
ago,
you.
and I was turning to alcohol, and I was living on my own for the first time. It was just like a lot, and it was heavy, and I was turning to alcohol thinking that's what was going to make me feel better, and I was just really depressed. And like
Remember when she claimed she wasn't turning to alcohol?
I would come on YouTube, and sometimes I would share that, or sometimes I would just like have a fake persona because I didn't want to be that person that would constantly come on here and be like, I'm depressed, I'm sad, look at me cry, look at me have a mental breakdown. And I've done that a lot on YouTube where I'm just fully transparent and I cry. I open up about my anxieties. What was it that I said that people really like to bring up? Mental things is scary. In that clip, I was having so much anxiety that like the world was just heavy on my.
When you have real anxiety, Amber, you don't film it for money. You don't turn on the camera. You don't have the awareness to press record when you're having a mental breakdown or if you're having a panic attack or a nervous breakdown. Like, if your anxiety is really strong and persistent, like, and you really deal with it on that level, you're not like doing things like that. You're not aware to do things like that. Like, that's what's so crazy about what she's saying. It doesn't make any
My
sense.
chest.
And she has
That's
such a dead look in her
just
eyes.
a prime example of like times where I really did come on here and just like I let it all out. And I told myself that I wasn't going to do that this time because when I do that, like it's never
Doo doo.
I'm not gonna say never. I talk in a lot of absolutes,
Poo-poo, Len.
and I need to learn how not to do that because not everything is an absolute. It's just how it is. There is always like a gray area in most situations. I was about to say like I was never met with like kind ears. I was never speaking to kind hearts.
You don't get to choose. Like, that's the thing. You have to seek out a certain context if that's what you want. Putting it on YouTube is not that context. Putting it in a therapist's office is that context. Hello. Even talking to your mom about it might be that context.
But that's not true. There are a lot of you who do watch me.
She has so much contempt. That
those
little teeth suck contempt.
say like
Let's watch it in slow-mo.
met with like kind ears. I was never speaking to kind hearts. But that's
So
not
pissed.
True.
She's so pissed. I'm so pissed that you guys don't believe and like what I have to say, and you question me at every point that I don't make sense or sound consistent, and then I'm going to blame my mental illness on that, and then you still hate me. Why do you hate me? I'm trying to do this the right way in my brain, but the right way is actually not trying to manipulate people into feeling bad for you for having mental issues when you don't seek help for it. Over years, over a decade.
A lot of you who do watch me and care about me, and those people, like, I appreciate you more than you know, and I hear you and I see you, but sometimes it's so hard through all the noise. And that's just reality. It's truly reality. So I told myself this time, like, okay, Amberlynn, you feel yourself slowly getting into a weird, depressed headspace. And normally I would share that with YouTube.
Why?
And I told myself, I'm just going to disappear instead. And I shouldn't have done that. I know I shouldn't have.
Literally, I'm not here for, like, feeling bad for yourself after the fact. Like, all you had to do was put a post up. Like, you didn't even have to make a video. You know, she's been using her community tab post more lately. to communicate. She actually has. And so she has the ability from her phone to do that. And she chooses not to. And it's pure laziness. It's not a matter of, oh, I'm too depressed to do it. She's on YouTube still. She's on the internet still. She's doing things with her phone still. She has the opportunity and she has the time. She's not too busy. She's not doing anything.
A lot of you were worried, and I think that's why I went onto Instagram. It's because like I felt bad because it's like I upload pretty frequently and I'm part of people's routines, whether for good or bad. And it's just like I just disappeared. And I think what
I enjoyed the break. I will tell you, I started taking my vitamin D supplement that I told you guys I was getting, and I got hella sun in Florida. So I feel great. I feel energized and ready to go back to work. So I don't know how she's feeling, but
might have
I feel
also
good.
triggered it so hard is like I have been in like a high, you know, when you first fall in love and like things are so good and you're like going out and you're hanging out with friends and you're doing things that like you don't normally do and you're just like literally having the time of your life and you're so happy, and like mental health like takes away that like high, that super high happiness and just like that great feeling. When that was taken from me, it was like I hit like a rock. I hit like a bottom.
When it was
and I
taken
have done
from
so much
me,
crying. Like I am with Tommy. I am with someone that I love, but I feel so depressed.
Aw.
And it's like it's not fair because it's like I'm getting people on Instagram because I was doing these Q&As on there. I was getting people on there saying like, if you're so happy with Tommy, then why are you depressed? Two things can coexist at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously true. Anybody who has depression knows that if it's like clinical depression, like you understand that it can come at any time and it can totally be independent of anything that anybody is doing around you or for you. Like, but but if you're in a relationship, it's your responsibility to communicate and be able to communicate that. Because if that's not possible for you, then there's going to be a breakdown in your relationship's communication, and the partner is going to start to feel a certain way if they're not able to cope with your feelings. And they shouldn't have to necessarily cope without you, like, being able to try and work with them. Like, it's not fair to do that long term or even in the very beginning. She's squatting in Tommy's house right now. I knew she was going to do this. She's claiming her mental health, and like now she's needs to stay there cuz she can't travel and she's just not herself. She can't pull herself together, you know? She's using this as an excuse and a pretense to like move in with Tommy or at least pressure her to allow her to stay there longer. It's crazy and it's self-serving in a way that she doesn't get help. Like she could have gotten help for this. She said that she's been diagnosed with multiple things. So why is she not on those medications and seeing somebody for constant therapy? Because for some of the diagnoses she claims, you need to have constant therapy. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I just feel like mental health isn't black and white, and it was just easier for me to like live without filming my life for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It felt safer to me to just disappear.
Safer.
And I do slowly feel myself getting like out of this like weird depressed headspace. I do feel that. And it's just like I have BPD and that's been like hectic like it's just been hectic. It's not fair that like I have these things while I'm trying to just like be happy.
It's
and
not
just live.
fair. It's not fair, you guys. It's not fair. It's not fair that you never paid back Crystal's family. It's not fair that you accused Casey of some heinous crimes and never formally apologized and set the record straight. It's crazy and not fair that you hit Crystal in your relationship, that you physically did things to her on camera sometimes, because I've shared it on my channel early on. Clips from the retro reactions from the ankle where you squeezed Crystal's hand and so hard that you made her drop I believe it was a builder bar or something like that. It was some protein bar. Um, because she couldn't hold it because you were squeezing her hand. Like, you're a psychopath and you're using your emotions against people as a weapon.
Like, it's not fair. And there's only really one thing I can do, and that is go to therapy. But some
But
reason
you
I'm
haven't.
so scared.
But you haven't. But you haven't. But you haven't. Are you going to go on Monday? Oh, I'm so sure you will.
To go to therapy for like BPD.
Because she did this. She did this, you guys. She just did this not that long ago. She was like, oh, I'm going to go to therapy on Monday.
I don't know what it is, but something about it really freaking scares me.
She has 3-way cleavage. It's like a Y incision. Whenever she gets her... Never mind. I'm not going to make that comment. But if you know what a Y incision is, you understand what I was saying.
And I think it's because it's like, it's almost as if it's like truly, truly confirming. Like, Amberlynn, you got the BPD. It's like, yeah, I was diagnosed. I experience BPD things almost daily. I feel it. I'm aware. Like, I'm cognizant of it and I have to deal with it. But it's like going to therapy for it, like having to like stare at it, talk about it. It's just surreal. And it's not something I want to do, not something I want to experience, but it's like, that doesn't matter. It's something that I have to do. And I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing it, but it has to happen because I don't know. Is this seasonal depression? Now I don't know. Mental health is like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not always understood. And I'm telling you guys, I have had some.
It's not always understood when you don't get therapy for it or when you don't seek any kind of further enlightenment in your life. You are not introspective in the slightest. You just live your life sitting in sadness, sitting in this little bullshit moment that you're in, instead of actually getting help that you claim that were going to get multiple times in just the past year. Like, this is mental health issues, Amber, and you have a partner. You've had partners who were willing to help you. And look at you. Look at your smeared old makeup that you're sitting in smugly with your poop bun and your disheveled little things that you pull out from the sideburns, and then all of your picking scars. Amber.
Breakdowns, like true breakdowns. And this is exactly how I felt a year ago. Like, I don't know if it's like the change in weather, because there is a such thing as like seasonal depression. I don't know if that's like what's happening to me. I don't know.
How about you go back
like,
home? Go back to Oklahoma. Then you won't have the same problem, right? Because you said the trees aren't the same there. You said the trees just don't turn the same colors as they do in Wisconsin.
I don't want to be medicated. I don't want to be medicated.
Oh.
I was medicated for
Well, how about you
majority
get
of
some
my life.
therapy? How about you get some cognitive behavioral therapy then?
And because in foster care, like I was diagnosed with depression at the age of 9 and put on Prozac. Like, that's crazy. Like, 9-year-olds should not ever have to deal with that. So I've been in and out of medicine my whole life, and I was taking Lamictal for 5 years because I was diagnosed bipolar years and years ago. So I was taking Lamictal for that, and I don't ever want to be put on medicine. So it's like with BPD and seasonal depression, like I know some people take meds for seasonal depression. I get that. Me, I kind of just like wing it. And instead of like complaining about it, I just disappeared because I knew that's what was gonna happen. I was gonna come on here and be like, I'm so fucking happy with Tommy, but I'm depressed because
You're so fucking dumb. Like, honestly. Like, my answer is the same. Get therapy then. Like, if you don't want medication, then you have to get therapy for your particular set of issues. You need therapy if you're not willing to go on any kind of medication.
I am going through a depression that I seem to go through every single year. And then with BPD, it's like there are medicines that can like help with like your mood. Like, there's nothing that can like heal a BPD. Like, you're not gonna like be healed with medicine. It's not gonna happen. I will say that like Lamictal did help with my BPD as well. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to be medicated, and I think that's a personal choice, and that's okay. So it's easier for me to say I don't want to be medicated. So I don't have the what am I gonna say? I don't have the option to complain, which I really do.
I think you need to be institutionalized, honestly. Just like the ankle said, you need institutional help. against your will at this point because you're not going to seek it out.
It's like, it's no one's fault.
This is what she's saying. She's saying, I'm going to sit in this and I'm going to die in this.
They have mental illness. It's no one's fault. And I think that being medicated should be an option because that is serious. And I don't like medicine. You guys know that. But what I do have an option is therapy. So with BPD, therapy can very much be the main thing that helps with people with BPD. It's DBT therapy. I need to do it. Everyone and their mom and their uncle recommends it to me, and I need to just go for it. But I want you guys to know that, like, I haven't been not uploading because I'm lazy or because I don't care about you guys or because of anything like that. It started as like, okay, I'm gonna spend some time with Tommy, even though in the back of my mind, like, I slowly felt this depression coming, and it happens every year. I have to be like very cognizant of that. I have to like say that because a lot of people are like blaming Tommy for my like lack of upload.
Can you just stop using the word cognizant? It doesn't make you sound more intelligent. It makes you sound like you're trying to sound intelligent.
No, she has been so supportive, and she's just like, she understands that I need a break, but she's also like very encouraging when it comes to like things that I enjoy and love. And she knows I love YouTube, and she's like, you know, upload when you want, but she's always like giving me cute little ideas. Like, we want to do y'all, I gathered so many questions for you guys, and I like to physically write. So I gathered so many questions from you guys for me and Tommy to answer. So that's something that's still like up in the air. At first I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Amazon was
Jesus Christ.
So I got these so I could write down your guys' questions, so Tommy and I could like pick them out randomly, so they weren't in like any specific order. We were gonna like make it a series maybe, or do it all in one video, but the video would be like,
that was not Twinkie. Twinkie's bark is higher, I believe. That sounded like a bigger dog, like a medium-sized dog.
Like, because there's a lot of questions, you guys, so many. So we went through phases where we were like, yeah, let's do this, and then I was like, no, and then she was like, no, and then we were like, yeah, and now we're kind of currently at the stage of like, sure, yeah, why not? So there are a lot of questions. So it's like, why did I even bring this up? I forget. Oh my god, the Amazon guy distracted me. What was I saying?
Oh, that nasty Amazon guy. How dare he deliver your packages? How dare he interrupt you? How dare he exist? How dare he collect a check for doing his job? Oh my gosh, you should get him fired. What's wrong with you, Amber? You have a right to your privacy and your peace. You should take it out on him. Be a Karen for a change. Honestly. What the fuck is wrong with her?
Okay, I remember now. It's because some of you are blaming Tommy for me not uploading when no, it's like the complete opposite. Like, she's super supportive and like whatever I do, and she's just super sweet and amazing. So yeah, this is for that. So I'm gonna write the questions on here and then like fold them up, and like I want to put them in like a clear vase. I think it'll look really pretty with like the colors. And you guys, I'm telling you, there's so many questions. This angle's hectic, but I don't know. Like, I need to do my job. I need to come on here. I need to be myself. I need to be myself. Like, I need to be myself. This is me. Like, I grew popularity in being myself. I have lessened in popularity by watering down who I am. That's eye-opening. That the Amberlynn that like has more personality and like shows more of like her vulnerable side and like isn't afraid to be like, yeah, this is me. Like, that Amberlynn is the Amberlynn that people came here for. I'm gonna go ahead and assume. As much as people like to talk shit and say what they gotta say, which is a lot, deep down it's like, you're here for a reason, I'm assuming. So I don't know. Anyways, oh, and I uploaded a TikTok and an Instagram of calling myself like a fat squirrel because the sound went viral because this lady on TikTok really was like filming a squirrel saying, look at this morbidly obese squirrel. Like, it's literally so funny. And TikTok and Instagram thought that I was bullying myself, so they took it down because they were like, you're bullying, and I was like, no, I'm not. It's just so funny. And like, so many of
I did know about that. I saw the ankles video about it.
Sound, because the original has 8.1 million likes, so many people have used that sound, and they're not getting their stuff taken down, but they took down mine because they thought that I was bullying myself, and I had to like reach out and be like, I'm not.
You're such a bully. Why are you a bully, Amber? Don't bully yourself.
Bullying myself?
Bully.
Like, I did like a little appeal thing, but TikTok still was like, no, you're bullying. And I'm like, girl, who am I bullying? Like, I just thought it was so funny and cute. Like, I was scrolling the TikTok, and when I saw that squirrel and I heard the sound, I was like, that is genuinely,
it's self-harm.
Like, that made me laugh. I was like, I need that like laughter. So then, you guys know me, like, I'm like a comedic girly, like a troll. Like, that's funny. Like, to me, that's funny. That's lighthearted. In my opinion, it's funny to me. Like, sometimes you got to take a dark situation and you got to make it funny. I have been so depressed. I have been self-loathing after time of like finding myself and loving myself. But it's like, mental illness, folks. Mental illness. It's not fun.
Have you tried loving yourself less?
My bra has a little like lump right here, and you guys know why. I'll take my phone.
Is it your boob?
I'll be like, oh, fuck a purse, fuck a pocket. Like, most of my dresses have pockets. Fuck a pocket, and I'll stick it right here, and it's like in the same designated area, and I've
Ew.
had this ball for so long, so it's like
What the
literally
fuck?
my phone has made a lump right there. So random facts. All right, you guys, so I don't really know what the point of this video was, but I just needed to get a little bit off of my chest, just a little bit. There's more there, trust me, and you guys will be hearing more about it. I need to be myself to the best of my ability. I will still have
This
a wall
is a
up.
whole
I'm
lot
still
of
going to have a wall
nothing.
up. There's a lot that has happened in my 11 years on YouTube that has made me like take steps back, lots of steps back. Like I'll take 1 step forward, 5 steps back. And right now we're gonna take a couple steps forward and we're gonna try to stay there for a little bit. I'm done rambling. I'm gonna go open my Amazon package. I think it's a new perfume. Love me a perfume. It's actually not a new one completely. I mean, it's a new perfume, but it's a perfume that I just recently emptied. And I was like, this is one of my favorite perfumes. It's like Amberlynn Vanilla or something like that by Dossier. I could be so wrong. But it's like one of my favorite perfumes. And I'm telling you.
Dossier? Oh my god.
So I used it all and I said, your girl needs to order another one. So that came in the mail and I'm super excited. Anyways, I'm done rambling. I love you guys. And thank you guys for being like super kind. There's so many of you who are like, Amberlynn, take your time. You owe us nothing. So thank you to those who are patient with me. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, I mean, that was me, I guess. I wasn't in any rush for her to come back and talk to us at all. I was perfectly happy, enjoying my weekend, my long weekend. But yeah, here we
I
are.
love you guys so much and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Hello. Welcome to a new
Hello. Goodbye. It's not ready. Yeah, that was something. Not as irritating as I thought it would be. Just kind of stupid, mostly. Self-pity and stupid was the vibe. Yeah. If you like this reaction, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so then you'll know whenever I go live or post or react to her. And hopefully she'll be posting more. I don't know, since she said that she's coming out of this depressive episode, maybe, I don't know, that she has a good handle on her mental health. So we'll take her word with a grain of salt. Later. Bye.